I'm sure we're going to be entertained and we're going to learn at the same time. So please, welcome Baba Brinkman.
So I wrote this over the course of the day while hopping from session to session. I have no idea what it says either. So we're all going to find out. Something strange is happening. Last night I stepped to the stage and did some loquacious chanting. I said some rhymes over some beats, basically that kind of thing. And this morning we saw an outbreak of conservation rapping. I never knew rap was such a contagious pathogen. This is Ontario, so I guess invasives happen. But I bet you never expected an invasion of rappers in your morning sessions. Raps delivered by lawyers and professors. Raps about strategies, policies, innovations. Ian Attridge even had some rhymes for litigation. Mark Stab busted a hardcore rap about enhancing resilience. And Sylvia Strobel kicked a GIS mapping rap that was brilliant. What's going on here? I'll tell you what's going on. My plan is working. Just be thankful I'm using rap as a tactic instead of twerking. Thankfully, rhymes are my natural affinity. So what you witnessed earlier was an example of biomimicry. Just ask Jay Harmon. He came to mess with our minds, whirlpools and graphemes and tardigrades that can demoisturize, although he forgot to mention that nature is also infused with a subtle pattern of rhymes. It's all tongue-in-cheek, though, because one thing you'll never find in nature, according to Jay, is a straight line. Ooh. So let's walk the crooked path, shift our mental frames, and develop the proper propaganda to make environmental change. Reduce threats, enhance resilience, improvise knowledge. I'm honestly finding it impossible to summarize this huge conference. I just attended a session where they attempted to segregate 97 big biodiversity questions. The range of questions presented was certainly impressive, but I couldn't get it to rhyme or give it a sense of rhythm. I mean, I'm good. I'm a crazy MC. I'm even crazy enough to summarize 5 sessions running simultaneously. If I can get it to rhyme, which is the hard part. I went to the business session at 9. I heard Margaret O'Gorman giving a rousing performance at 9 in the morning, followed by a description of the wholesome system for biodiversity reporting. Couldn't make that rhyme. I tried to find the harmonious side of the sound in that room, but no, there were no rhymes to be found. So I left to go check out the session on sharing biodiversity knowledge. And I heard them talking about an extremely versifiable problem. Check it out. They said, citizens occasionally make up fake stories about their encounters with nature to stop development, so people are not always straight up, which means citizen science is occasionally beta-level data. Oh yeah. Beta-level data? Yeah, that's a gangsta player. I never play a hater citizen beta-level data like Darth Vader. Wait a second, I'm straight up late. I gotta make the session on preserving urban nature, okay? Later. Gotta take my rhymes where I can get them, all right? So that one went pretty well. I went to the session on making better decisions with biodiversity data and engaging citizens with social media in a world full of children at play. Lisa Donaldson made a plea to make conservation more evidence-based, which was really great. Okay, look, I'm trying to keep my references humorous, relevant, and true, but just keep in mind, most of my in-jokes are directed at someone who attended a different session than you. And the most profound thing that anyone said, which I'd like to bring your attention to, was in the Ed Gillespie video last night, which no one paid attention to. So take my word for it, it was really profound. Too bad, it was way more profound than the conversations you had. I guess our attention spans are biodiverse. We need a stewardship session with a panel of experts to discover what works when it comes to grabbing attention. My solution is to increase the concentration of rap at conventions, which means I have to give a shout out to Dave Ireland at the ROM, from what I hear, he pretty much hooked me up with this job. Hiring a rapper is the kind of proposal that often gets vetoed, but I come with ammunition. I pop, cock back, reload. I'm pro-evolution, pro-conservation. I never back off on my credos. This movement has to be inclusive, with a role for all kinds of people. From rappers to creationists. We heard from them after yesterday's keynote. But in the end, it comes down to the young leaders. You just heard them speak, the inheritors of this emergency, who care about biodiversity. They're active, they're passionate, and soon they're coming for all of your jobs. Like Mark Stab pointed out, the tallest tree turns into the longest log. The torch passes from tallest tree to tallest tree. And here comes a generation with a taste for conservation ecology, ready to engage with First Nations whose cultural knowledge is deep and find the partners needed to ensure the future always is green. Young people today are smart, conscientious, and ready to go. And lucky for the rest of you, they're also highly leverageable. They plan to grasp the future boldly and proactively. You heard their declaration. They have a Twitter strategy. They have a torch to carry and seeds to bury and diverse challenges to face, like the protection of riparians. Things look good for the future of protected areas as long as the future is in the hands of these proactive young Ontarians. Thank you. Thanks for hosting me at the conference. You guys are fantastic. I hope you took good things away from it. Peace out.